Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Dr. Liz, and I wanted to welcome you to Creating Connections That Last. And this format is open to everyone. Okay, just drop in, drop out, post your questions, your ideas, your suggestions. You can stay anonymous, or you can, use your own real name. We're all in this together, and I just wanted to share some thoughts with you over the next few minutes about how you can manage this situation. And one of the biggest things I'm seeing from folks, I have my tea. One of the biggest things I'm hearing from folks is the sense of isolation. And it's not just isolation from coworkers and loved ones that may be distant, but it's just the fact that we are becoming homebound. And even my favorite self-proclaimed introverts that have designated times and places in their homes, or have identified needs to really be on their own at times and decompress, they're feeling the pinch. They're feeling the frustration of being home with no options to reach out to anyone. And I'm noticing this both in folks that are single. That's River. You're going to hear all my pups today. You're going to hear I hear that with my folks that are single, as well as my folks that are in couples. So the need to connect and the need to be involved with those in our lives is huge. And I thought this was giving us a chance, a better chance to step back, at least for me, a better chance to step back and identify how I want to go forward connecting. What are the ways that I am missing opportunities, say with my husband, missing opportunities with my children, my adult children, or family or friends, even my animals, myself. How have I not connected with myself? Getting caught up in the busyness, the distractions, it's been huge. And so I've been trying to step back and pay attention to ways that I had in the past have overlooked myself and those others in my life, and also step back and look at the ways that I am missing that connection, and how and what is going to be most important for me and my relationships going forward. I have had, hey, hi there, Jane, how are you? Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. I have noticed, or not noticed, I have had the great honor and enjoyment of maintaining my therapy and coaching clients remote this entire time. And it's been fantastic. And actually it's been even more of a joy, because we'll be talking about like River, who's barking, or we'll be talking about their pets, their kids and stuff. This is my first opportunity to really drop into those folks' homes. And I've been given tours of their kitchen. Here's the remodel we're doing. Here's what the finished product looks like. Here's my cat. This is the one I told you about. It's been fun. It's really been, an incredibly nice joining process. And so that's one of the things I want you to be thinking about. How do we take this time period where we're essentially pulled out of our social structure, out of our routines, and given a chance, take it, to reflect back on what's most important. What do you need? What do you want? So let's talk about ourselves. And I'm going to use ourselves, and I'll also draw a parallel into if you're couples. Back in the early days, when we were younger, we were kids, we were more curious, I think. We were more open. If There was an opportunity to explore. We did. There was opportunity to ask questions like why. In fact, I asked so many questions. My parents eventually got me a book called Tell Me Why, and I loved it. If we look at anything, I learned why Mexican jumping beans jump, about the little worm that's inside. Didn't know there was one. Thought it was magic. And then eventually, hopefully, it would burrow its way out of the little bean and fly off as a moth. And that was, oh man, I walked around with my Mexican jumping beans and my book and explained to everybody why it happened. So in that time period, there used to be a time where probably each one of us was more open and curious. We didn't just take things for granted. We saw things in a new and fresh way. And I'd love for you to take that lesson and apply it now. Step back out of the routine, get curious, get open. Remember the times and the feelings when there wasn't a no and you didn't just take someone else's word for it. You found ideas and answers for it. Same thing goes for relationships and couples. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you stepped back into that early mindset of the relationship where you were curious about each other, where you were open to their opinions? You didn't fill in the blanks of their conversation before they even said it. Now I know you may not directly in that conversation answer for your hubby, your wife, your sweetheart, your partner. But in your mind, I'm guessing, just guessing, that you've already, quite often, have filled in the blanks. And so you're really not listening to them at that moment or getting as curious. You've already jumped to what you think they're going to say or they're going to answer. You know, something as simple as when we go out to a restaurant and we can pretty much guess what they're going to order to drink. Mine is always unsweet iced tea or, water with lemon kind of thing. And so I could probably arrive late. In fact, I know I can arrive late to the restaurant or in my typical fashion, go use the restroom and then come back. And the waiter or waitress may have arrived. And guess what? My husband's already ordered with about 100% certainty about what I would like as my beverage with our meal. Okay? So now I don't want him to stop that. That's a nice perk, okay? That's a nice perk of having a long-term, successful marriage. But think about how easy we do that. We sort of fill in the blank and we stop getting curious about each other. So in this time of Stranger Things and upside down worlds and whatever it's going to be, let's step back to that early energy and that early curiosity in our relationships. Let's approach each other with more openness and interest in what they have to say, right? Yeah, that's one. Okay, it's mindset, it's energy. You gotta do it. Write it down, put it on a reminder. Today I'm going to be curious. Today I'm going to be open. Today I'm going to ask myself and others why. I'm going to break up the routine. And speaking of breaking up the routine, we have to get our mood up. This is, this drama that's in the world, this very real, very scary, very whatever, that's impacting us and our families and our friends is real. And it's going to be a mood sucker. Where we live in near Austin, Texas, we've had a lot of gloomy gray weather, rain. I like it. At least the rain breaks it up, right? It's energy, it's movement. But that endless gray, muggy kind of thing has been wearing on everyone's nerves. So let's get energized. What's a quick way to do it? Music. Find your favorite tunes. Find your relaxing tunes. Play music in the home. Play music in your office. Play music in the bathroom. Let's kick the energy up. And, we really, really have found how important music is across all age bands. We use music and rhymes to teach kids laborious, endless, capitals of each state. I learned the alphabet with, the ABC song. We're now, many of us are washing our hands to happy birthday, just so we know how to stay in front of the sink with soap on our hands long enough. But we've also done huge research and breakthroughs like in dementia and memory. And we know that if you take a playlist for someone, and the playlist contains some of their favorite songs or the songs that were in their era, and you play that for them, they come back. They're more present. They're more energized. They can boogie around. They may talk before they had been mute. It helps us connect. So let's connect with ourselves. It's free. It's easy. It's fun. It gets the energy pumping. Let's play the music that we like when we're trying to energize and get ourselves going. But let's play the music that our spouses do too, or they like. And the reason why I'm also talking about music and memories and facilitating recall or learning is when you start having tough conversations with your spouse or with yourself, playing music in the background helps ease that tension. It helps us associate maybe wonderful thoughts or feelings. I mean, there's some like the Beach Boys songs that I listen to, like, oh my gosh. I remember Newport Beach, 32nd Street, laying on the sand every July, because my grandparents had a beach house that they lent us every month, and every July. I remember that. I remember the little white transistor radio and the smell of the Coppertone, coconut oil, suntan lotion, and the hamburgers that you get off the little stand on the street behind us. I remember those. It transports me. Okay. And so what better good emotional state to be in than to have some of those tough conversations with ourselves? Like, where are we in life? How are we going to manage this? Where do we want to go? Do we have that special person in our life? Do we not have that special person in our life, or the job, or whatever? Tough questions that we need to address with ourselves, get to know ourselves. But it's also super, super helpful when you're having questions and that awkwardness, maybe in discussion with your sweetheart and your significant other. There are many, many times when we are talking to someone, husband, sweetheart, partner, and we got to talk about something that's really uncomfortable, like money. We're needing to ration or save or partition out our money, or I'm just scared. I'm worried about where we're going. Or maybe it's some of the, I want to say the normal stuff, not all this drama stuff, but maybe it's talking about needing more help around the house, or not enjoying what's going on in the bedroom, okay? Or needing to discuss about why there is a gap or an absence, or someone's anger or emotions, whatever it might be. I can guarantee you, if you're playing soft, fun music, whatever, it facilitates that conversation. Think about when we were first connecting with people, and even when you were with friends or with you or were dating, there's this energy that happens when you're at a concert or at maybe at a party and there's music, and there's this energy and the low level of music behind it. So I want you to, let's get energized. Let's get some of the stuff back into our life. It creates a connection for ourselves. It creates a connection for each other. Great. Then we'll talk about a couple more things, and then see if just open up any questions from, oh, Jane's got another one. And she says, how often do you play the music? I guess, Jane, it sort of depends on how quiet your house is. If you got a bunch of screaming kids running around trying to play music on top of that, it may help them settle down and adjust, or maybe just too much noise. So you may want to save that music for, say, in the beginning of the day, or during a break when people are doing some screen time or anything like that. Just, you know, what works for you. But I definitely, if you and your spouse or partner are sitting down to have some conversations, carving out that moment where maybe there's a little bit of, you're in a no war zone, so that's the situation, the surroundings are more conducive to talking about, or just letting down your guard and talking about how tough it is or how wonderful it is. So you try it. Message me and let me know how it's working, and if you're getting stuck, I can definitely help some more or offer some more suggestions on that one. And so what I wanted to do is also talk to you about getting out of your comfort zones, getting out of the rut and the routine. So music is going to energize us. It's going to release the wonderful, wonderful brain transmitters, oxytocin. It makes it feel good. You're going to have music. It's going to help you ease the conversation. You're going to do this and create these moments outside of war zones. If you always have fights in front of the kitchen table, by all means, don't be there to have these other kind of conversations. But getting out of your comfort zone means doing new and novel things. That's tough right now. People say, I can't do that. I can't date. I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, stop with the can'ts, all right? The can'ts are easy to find. Cans are maybe a little harder. We need to get creative. We need to get novel. We need to shake this up in a good, positive way. We know, I'll bump over to couples first. We'll flip it. We know that if we study couples and they do something that's novel and random, like you know, a lame obstacle course or these escape rooms, you know, it takes us out of the ho-hum. It pumps us up with adrenaline, gets us our brain thinking. We're starting to work together. Wouldn't that be nice? Working together as a team, sorting things out. And it creates an immediate and a lasting boost in the positivity of our relationships. How we feel about each other goes through the roof. Same thing happens for individuals. If we challenge ourselves in some way, maybe we worked out and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it, just lifted this much weight. Or I was out on this walk, I saw the most gorgeous crane. I can't believe it was so neat. We talk about these things. I mean, look at Facebook. It's filled with fun and random experiences that people have, and they've shared it with us. And vicariously, we get that boost, and we feel that joy or that humor or laugh at the funny squirrel that is upside down trying to get, you know, the seed in the out of the bird feeder. It's simple, it can be random, surprise, but these novel experiences take us out and into a different emotional and mindset, and that's what we want to do. That's where we form great connections. Well, I still remember, and it's been 30 years. Yeah, maybe more like 28 years. Well, anyway, when my husband and I, we relocated from California to Colorado, and we had some great friends that said, hey, you want to go hiking? We said, absolutely, we do. And they said, great. Now, we've just been there about 3 weeks and said, we'll plan something, just get, you know, you're going to need some shoes, and you're going to need the back, you know, pack to carry some stuff like that. Okay, cool. All right. So the day before we went on the hike, we've only been there 3 weeks, and we were in Boulder, Colorado. Day before we went on the hike, we got our boots, we got our backpack, we grabbed some trail mix, we grabbed some water, and they said, we'll pick you up at 4 a.m. Here's a babysitter for your daughter, and away we go. I think I should have guessed that 4 a.m. was a kicker there. That was like, I was just like, yay, we're going someplace. We ended up hiking Long's Peak, which is a very, very tall and arduous mountain thing where you start in the trees and you end up going through where the trees and the shrubs start shrinking because there's less oxygen, and huge boulders and keyholes you crawl through, and finally we summited. We probably hiked about 6 hours going up, maybe more. There are many times when I was exhausted, and my husband just kept, hey, we got it, you know, let's rest on the side of the mountain ask people, oh, it's only it's only, you know, 1,000 more feet. Well, I didn't realize they meant vertical. I was thinking, you know, football field wise. Anyway, we finally summited, and we summited together as a team. He didn't abandon me on it at all. He carried my pack at one point in time. We got there and we celebrated, got to sign our little name on the paper tube and stick it down in the hole. And hey guys, it's been 30 years or so, 28 years. I still remember that. I still remember the commitment we had to each other, the funny things and the scary things about getting caught in the thunderstorm on the way down. Yeah, those things stick in our minds. And I also remember that in that novelty and in that challenge, it further confirmed that we had made a great choice with each other, that neither one of us was going to give up on the other, and that we would continue to be encouraging no matter what, whatever times we were, even if we were both struggling. And I guess that's where I kind of want to end today, is that I want to talk to you about not giving up, making that commitment to yourself. Let's start with yourself, because that's really the basic building blocks of us, right? Make a commitment to yourself to get connected, to use this time to find out where you are, what you need, who you want in your life, and who you don't want, okay? Discover what brings you joy, what gets you excited. How can you connect with yourself? Because when you connect with yourself and you know what you need, you'll be in a better place, whether it's friends or family or that special loved one, that sweetheart that sends you, tingling. You're going to be able to know who you are and be grounded and be in a good place for solid, loving relationships through friends and through, hopefully, if you want, a significant other, a partner, a sweetheart. Then use that connection. Let's take it into the relationship. Let's go back to being curious. Let's go back to being energized. Let's stop walking in our rut. Let's stop dashing mindlessly from point A to point B, or having our head buried in our phone. Although I do appreciate you burying your head in your phone, watching this and watching, participating in this talk, and listening to River. We want to get back to that point where we have better, more genuine relationships, because that connection helps build the chemistry. That connection of you know what you want and you need, they know what they need. We develop sort of agreements, I guess, about it. But there's a compatibility, there's a comfort, there's a connection, there's a flow. I guess, yeah, there's a flow. And relationships aren't always supposed to be a struggle. You know that? It's a myth. Yes, you do need to have differences of opinions at times. We are not, clones. But it doesn't have to be a fight. It can be a conversation. It can be a discussion. It can be, hey, that's fine. We'll do it your way this time. All right? Relationships, and each one of us need to continue to evolve. We need to evolve. We need to improve. We need to expand. We need to stay fresh. And the way to do that is to be open to the experiences, be open and find ways to generate your energy and generate interest in new and novel things. All right? So I have some folks, married and otherwise, that are saying, how do we get out? How do we do anything? We can't go anyplace. Movies are closed. Bars and restaurants are closed. Even some of the parks and things for people are closed. I said, okay, all right. So we're going to have to think big. We're going to have to get creative. The other day I was talking to someone and they said, I'm so busy job hunting, because she lost her job. She says, I don't have time to clean, but I want to see my boyfriend, but I don't want to invite him into the mess. And he's got roommates and stuff, so there isn't really an opportunity for us to have any privacy. I said, well, when you were a teenager, how did you get to privacy? How did you escape each of your guys' parents' house? You got in the car and you went someplace, or you went and parked someplace. I said, Maybe you go through a drive-through and you each grab a hamburger or a veggie burger, or you bring food from home, make your sandwiches. He picks you up at the curb and you go for a short drive. You park someplace safe, look at a view, look at, you know, whatever it is, and you talk. Maybe you turn the radio on and you go back to those simple times. Go back to those times when we were created. How did we get space? How did we get time away from each other? You go for a walk. You talk on the phone. There's so many different ways. We just have to get creative and find the can. And you with parents, with kids and stuff like that, there's going to be ways that you guys can connect and have time individually and together. It's just going to take some time and get creative. I've seen so many fun people sharing how they're spending their social distancing. I saw one where they're playing on Zoom like this, and they're all playing card games, and they're showing each other their hands. You know, board games have really jumped up in puzzles. Let's see, Ellen show, she's working on Legos, I think. It doesn't matter. Just get outside of the drama. Let's figure creative ways, simple ways, free ways to connect with each other. And this is one of them, okay? Because I love talking to people. I love being of service. And that's what I'm trying to do, is continue to figure out ways that we can all stay connected. So please message me. You can follow me at Dr. Liz Jenkins on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm at Dr. Liz J. It's DRLIZJ. Email me at drliz@drlizjenkins.com. Would love to help answer any questions and stuff. I have some fantastic online programs too. If you're interested in maybe spicing things up, I have my Happy Marriage, Happy Relationship online program. We got plenty of free time, right? All right. Pick up a new hobby, find a new talent. There's tons of things and ways to learn online. There's still ways to connect remotely. I'm just doing all my clients and coaching folks online. So I'm here to help. Let me know how I can. Drop your messages in my Facebook or email me, and I'm going to circle around to some of the other folks that had some questions or some ideas, and I'm going to make sure that they are included when I post this. Again, let me know some good times to meet. Take care. Elbow bump. I guess we do that at least now. Or finger waves. I like finger waves. Take care. Bye-bye.